Alright guys, good evening, good evening. Happy Tuesday. Today is the first movie review for my channel. I'm very excited to be doing this for you guys. This is something I've been waiting to do for a while. And me, one of my best friends, he's a horror fan as well. We finally got the chance to kind of get together and do this. His name's Dakota. But like I said, you're gonna be seeing him doing this with me as well in a second when he adds his part to this. But I'm just doing mine right now, give my thoughts on the movie, and then you're gonna see us both collab and come together, give our thoughts on this movie. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with it. So, Scream 6 movie came out last year, if I'm not mistaken. It's about 2.5, 3 hours long. I wish the movie was long. It's one of my favorite horror franchise movies that's been out. I've been watching it since I was a kid, and I know with this movie, I just enjoyed it because of the location, which it took place in New York. The storytelling in the movie is very slow paced. Everything that they did in the movie, it made sense. It flowed together, and then there's like a lot of dark and edgy scenes. And for me, I love horror movies with a story, blood, and a lot of edginess to the movie, okay? Without the edginess, the darkness, that kind of takes away from the movie. I think they kind of paced this and told the story correctly. Now, two of my favorite scenes of this movie that I did love watching was the supermarket scene when they had Ghostface trying to find Sam and Tara towards the beginning of the movie. That's kind of one of their first encounters with them. I'll probably say within like the first 10 minutes of the movie. If you guys haven't seen the movie, that particular scene, he calls Sam on the phone and tells them that he's going to end up finding them and killing them pretty much. He's saying that, he's going to do it, in front of Sam's face. He's pretty much trying to say he's going to kill Tara, which is the little sister, in front of Sam. So anyway, they have their little quick birth back and forth, and he ends up, like, surprising them in the supermarket. So the scene is funny, but it's not funny as far as like how the store clerk got killed. So, he came in, he busted in, telling them on the phone, chasing them around the corner store. And then he's like, hey, stop it, Ghostface. And then once he says that, Ghostface coming in just trying to make an impression, being so dark. He normally stabs people, right? But in this situation, he had a gun, so instead of him stabbing him, in the neck and killing him, he had a shotgun. He, boom, pulled it, busted his brains out, but he was out of there. And it just kind of set the tone of seeing the movie. It's like, shit, man. Like, it just kind of set the whole tone of the movie of just how he was coming and the darkness. And then my final favorite scene of the movie is the final showdown between Sam and Tara and the officer and his two kids, okay? So throughout the movie, they were trying to play and see who was actual Ghostface, because in the previous movies, there's always just one. But in this one, they did it and threw us off for a loophole and gave us more than one, right? So it actually ended up being like a family. So it was the officer, his daughter, and then his son, which I thought that was very unique how they did that. So his son and daughter eventually end up getting killed. So Sam kills his daughter, which they were roommates in the movie, ironically, and then Tara kills the boy in the movie, right? So then it comes down to Sam and the officer. So the final showdown, he's trying to get Sam to embrace her and the killer, which is being like Ghostface. So Sam's dad was Ghostface. He had like a point in period of time that he was Ghostface. So he was trying to get her to like embrace her bloodline pretty much, and be Ghost.
Hey everyone, Dakota here, DeMarco's good friend. I appreciate him having me on for this video review of Scream 6, a film that is almost 3 years old, if you can believe it. I'm a huge Scream fan, especially the first two films, and I really like the fourth one and the fifth one as well. I still remember going to see this one. My grandmother loves horror movies, and she wanted to go see it, so I took her to see it. And the place was packed. It was a crazy atmosphere. Everybody was excited for it because 5 really was different and refreshing, and I felt like it breathed new life into the franchise, especially having to wait so long between 4 and 5. It was just like really exciting. So this one I do have some minor complaints with, and the majority of the complaints I have with this movie is the last act. Kind of like how DeMarco was saying with the three killers and everything. I feel like it's very predictable. The ending is, but going off of what he was saying, the convenience store scene is awesome, especially with the shotgun and everything, because you don't expect Ghostface to, pull out a shotgun and start blasting people. So that was really cool. There's some elements to it that kind of, weave in the New York setting, which I liked a lot. The characters, once again, Sam and Tara, Gina Ortega, Melissa Barrera, both were great in this movie. I wish that they were coming back for the new one, but unfortunately that's not the case, even though I love Nev Campbell, and I have faith in this new one coming out in 2 weeks. I just hope that they get it right. I hope that it's different and new, and it's not like the same old, same old. But I have hope in it. Fingers crossed. But 6 has some good elements to it. Like I said, the acting is great in it, but the ending is what kills it for me. Everything else is good in it, but it's just the ending of the movie that ends up kind of falling short. I think the 5th one has a little bit of more of an advantage than the 6th one does, because the ending for the 5th one is a lot stronger. But overall, 6 is still pretty good. I liked it. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. That's my thoughts on it as well. Thank you so much, DeMarco, for having me for this video review. We'll see you guys in the next one.